Last week, we told you that Merriam-Webster consulted their data and named the word of 2022 gaslighting. Now, Oxford Dictionary has crowned their own word, goblin mode, after asking the public's opinion for the first time.
In fact, a whopping 93% of the individuals who voted in favor of goblin mode as the word of the year for Oxford. Now, first, if you're unfamiliar with the phrase, let's take a look at this quick explainer.
Oxford defines goblin mode as a slang term for a type of behavior which is unapologetically self-indulgent, lazy, slovenly, or greedy, typically in a way that rejects social norms or expectations. The term started appearing online in 2009. It went viral this year after a fake headline about rapper Kanye West going goblin mode made the rounds on Twitter. He has since actually gone into goblin mode. The other two words on the short list were metaverse and the hashtag #IStandWith.
So Caspar Grathwohl, who's the president of Oxford Languages, wrote this. Goblin mode resonates with all of us who are feeling a little overwhelmed at this point. It's a relief to acknowledge that we're not always the idealized, curated selves that we're encouraged to present on our Instagram and TikTok feeds. This has been demonstrated by the dramatic rise of platforms like Be Real, where users share images of their unedited selves, often capturing self-indulgent moments in goblin mode. Cenk, what are your thoughts on goblin mode? Are you ever in goblin mode?
Of course. If my family goes back to Taiwan, for example, my wife's originally from Taiwan. She takes the kids, and I'm alone sometimes around the first of the year. I'll bury myself in the house, go goblin mode for 4 days, and it'll be the time of my life. Is marijuana involved? It's certainly possible. Okay.
Yeah.
Does that help goblin mode? I think so.
Goblin mode is something that I think everyone can agree on, which is why literally 93% of the 340,000 people who voted in this chose goblin mode over the other possibilities. And even animals, believe it or not, engage in goblin mode. In fact, we have evidence in the proof of a compilation. Let's watch.
Brayden, go back in your bed.
I mean, there's some pretty impressive animal behavior there. I don't know if it falls under goblin mode, but.
Yeah. So look, the part of the story that I like the most actually is that the Oxford Dictionary is going to the actual people to vote on it.
It's democracy.
Yeah, but in this case it makes perfect sense because the English language and all languages are not meant to be something that you study just in an ivory tower. Yeah, of course you study it as well, but it's a practical language, it's a living language. All languages are living, right? And so, except the dead ones like Latin. Okay, so that was funny, that was hilarious. But anyway, you see what I'm saying. And that's why people will sometimes say, hey, that you took Shakespearean liberty with the English language, because that's a reference to Shakespeare. He would make up words. And then his plays back in the day were like movies that were incredibly popular. They were like the Marvel comic universe back in the day. They were not intellectual or anything. That was just the way that people spoke back then. And so when he made up words, they stuck because they were in the popular culture. So this is the popular culture saying, yeah, this is what we use. This is in our language. And so it going in the dictionary makes a lot of sense. And I like that they went to voting.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's the word of the year and we learned something new. I didn't know what goblin mode was until this story broke. I didn't even know about the fake Kanye West headline. And to be honest with you, I don't really care to get deep into it because who cares?
Who cares?
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Look, the thing about feeling overwhelmed is what resonates with me. Feeling so overwhelmed with everything that like you find comfort in just giving yourself time to be lazy and slovenly, which is a fun word. So do you, booze? We all need a break sometimes.
Definitely. Crash on the couch, enjoy yourself.